items outside of the async research facility is strictly prohibited. The threshold without guided.
Cool. So we got demons in this video. Alright. What's good? We are gonna react to some horror stories, and see how that goes. So let me try to find one real quick. Alright, so we got 10 scary true stories, volume 8. Let's see how the shit is. Let's see if it's good. I've watched a lot of horror movies, you know. I hang around a lot of horror. I play a lot of horror games, so let's see if this can, you know, do something.
There was a brief period of time that I lived alone.
Let me hold up. Let me turn this up. We need to get fully immersed.
Freshly moved out of my parents' house, and before I met my girlfriend and she moved in, I lived in a small one-bedroom apartment in the downstairs of someone else's house. I spent a lot of time alone during this period of my life, besides when I was at school or work, and so I spent a lot of my time watching movies.
Okay.
Specifically, I liked watching scary movies pretty often.
Hey, see,
even as an at the time 21-year-old guy, I still would be a little spooked trying to sleep after watching a scary movie, especially living alone in that apartment. And every time I did, I would look around the room. At a few points, I would even turn the bedside lamp on just to check around the room. The tenant upstairs wasn't home that night, as his car wasn't in the driveway, so the sounds I was hearing couldn't have been footsteps upstairs or anything like that. My nerves were really starting to set in at one point because I just kept hearing noises, and to be honest, I couldn't tell from where in the house they were.
I thought I was in my house. I'm not spooked, but I just thought that was in my house.
Coming from. I got up to head over to the door of the bedroom and opened it. Outside of my bedroom was a very narrow hallway, which had a door to the bathroom, and then at the end of the hallway opened up to the living room.
Okay.
At the end of this hallway, though, like a scene right out of the movie I had watched not even an hour earlier, there was someone standing at the far end of the hallway right by the kitchen. The moonlight from outside coming into the bedroom windows and the windows in the living room was enough to see her.
Now, what are you doing in this situation? Because what I'm doing is, depending on where the kitchen is positioned in the house, for me, you know, the kitchen is more or less, you know, next to my room, so I can easily just get in there, access, you know, something that I need, let's specify, and deal with the problem. It's only one person.
And looking right back at me. She started to walk backwards while still facing me. I didn't care though. I still screamed and backed into my room before slamming the door shut and locking it. She didn't come running over and pounding on the door or anything like that. Instead, I heard running up the half flight of stairs to the exit of my apartment, and then the door slammed shut. I was frozen in shock for at least 10 minutes before I felt okay to take my phone and leave the bedroom to check the apartment. It didn't take long. It was a small apartment with not many hiding places. It was empty. I rushed to lock the door, wondering who that could have been and how they got in.
See, now, you ran away because you saw someone in your apartment. You then leave wherever you ran off to go lock the door. How do you know you didn't lock the person inside? This is why you go and grab the knife, yeah, and you deal with the situation.
I didn't call the police. I couldn't tell you why. But the next day, I called the landlord and told him about it. He made a phone call to the upstairs tenant, and what I learned shocked me. The woman that broke into my apartment was an ex-lover of the man who lived upstairs, a crazy one at that, and after finding his address somehow, she broke into the wrong part of the house, my apartment. The upstairs tenant came down to my door and apologized to me that following day, but I never got much detail from him.
You're telling me the person that broke in was a crazy woman, and you got scared over a crazy woman in your house, one single human. Anyway, it's fine.
Or the landlord.
You already know what I would do, but you know.
Still wonder what that woman was planning on doing to him.
Then again, I ain't saying I'm some crazy, you know, superhero and shit, but you know, it's your house. you have to protect your house. It's just how it is.
I'm not a fan of my dad's girlfriend at all. Not from the start. Her name is Kathy. My dad has been widowed since 2019 when our mom died. And I know he's gotten lonely and he's pretty much ready to settle with anybody now. Even Kathy. And against my warnings, he doesn't listen. I've been seeing her do some sketchy things around the house, and it's really starting to freak me out now. I'll start from the beginning. I have 2 siblings, my 10-year-old brother Jake and my 2-year-old brother Scotty. From the day he introduced her to us, I didn't like something about her smile. It was just a...
See, one thing I'll say is, okay, I'm still young, so I don't know shit. But I've seen stories. And I'm just realizing that I have my Spotify opened up on this recording the whole time. Ignore that. Anyway. Yeah. So I don't know shit. But I do know that you trust your kids over the random new love interest you then bring in the house. You have no idea what they're capable of. And you're going to bring them around your children. You know, they could do anything behind the scenes. It's literally a stranger.
Unsettlingly wide and exaggerated. Pretty soon he'd start bringing her around a lot more. And I just never loved her, honestly. But at first it was only because I felt something was off about her personality. Then things started happening. She's been staying with us for a while now, and a few weeks ago, I caught her in my dad's closet while he wasn't home. My dad's safe is in his closet, along with where he hides the combination and some other valuables.
So what?
When she saw me at the doorway, she smiled and said, "Hey, what's up, sweetie," to me, with her annoying, creepy smile. I didn't say anything other than nothing. Then she shut his closet door, and I walked away to my room. I told my dad about it, but he didn't seem concerned. A few days after that, while my dad was at work again, I just got back from school, and I was walking upstairs to my room. And as I saw Kathy leave my little brother Jake's room and shut the door behind her. I asked her what she was doing in his room. She smiled and said, "I was just opening the window, it's hot in the house." I didn't answer and walked up to my room. When I heard her go downstairs eventually, I snuck to Jake's room to check if she actually had opened the window, and both windows were shut. Something was up with this lady, and I knew it, and I still know it. I told my dad again, and in response, he asked me to just please be patient with the situation, and that he knows I don't care for Kathy. I didn't bother telling Jake. Fast forward to 2 days ago. Jake, my dad, and I were all not home, and Kathy was babysitting Scotty. I came home unannounced, but I wanted to be secretive about it, because I wanted to see if I could catch her doing anything again. I snuck into the house and went to my room quietly. Eventually, from the kitchen downstairs, I started to hear Scotty crying. Not regular crying, like a very distressed kind of crying. And I heard Kathy screaming at the top of her lungs to shut the F up. It was the first time I heard her raise her voice, and I believe it was the first time I was hearing her true colors come out.
Yeah, she broke character real quick. Oh, that's not even her kid, and she said that. Damn. What do you think she's, about to do, or has done, and we don't know yet?
I ran downstairs to yell at her to leave my brother alone. She was startled and shocked that I was home, and for the first time, she didn't give me her creepy smile. She looked at me blankly and went downstairs and shut the door. I called my dad and told him right away, and that night, my dad had a conversation with her about it. I don't know how it went, but I assume not good, because that night, I woke up in the middle of the night to something, and looked up into my room. There was someone in my room, and they quickly left the room and shut the door behind them. I got out of bed and opened my door, and as I got into the hall, I saw and heard my dad's bedroom door close. I went over to my dad's room and opened the door, and both Kathy and my dad were laying in the bed. I woke my dad up furiously and told him Kathy was just in my room. She denied the whole thing, saying she was in bed. I don't know if my dad believed me or not.
I mean, you could have checked that she was panting, because with the speed that she must have left your room to go into your dad's room, she must have been out of breath. You should have checked that she was panting, and it would have gave it away. Really? If you think about it.
He told me to go back to my room and he'd talk with Kathy. I obeyed, and I heard them whispering as I shut the door. I went back to bed, and I was scared. I'm still scared. I want her out of the house and
yeah, imagine someone watching you while you're sleeping. That's some creepy shit. For real.
out of our lives. I think she's dangerous. Why was she in my room? It's freaking me out. I worry for my family's well-being, and I don't know what we can do.
I mean, maybe she wants some of that, I'm joking. I don't know how old he was at the time.
This one goes back a few years ago to when I was 30 years.
That was the story? That was it? That was it? She showed her true colors by, getting a little, chatty with the younger sibling, and then went in your room and stared at you while you were sleeping, or supposedly sleeping, and then that was it. Like, what? Did she not do anything? The story just ends there.
My condo in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. My condo, which I still own, is on the second floor of a decently nice building that I won't name for privacy reasons. Whenever I go down there, it's in the colder months up north, and I'm a complete beach bum when I go down there. Luckily for me, I work remotely from my job through my laptop and phone, so I've been able to retreat down there whenever I'd like. Fort Lauderdale is for the most part a pretty clean and safe city, and the specific location my building is in is no exception. That is, usually. It was the middle of January. It was late at night, past 10 o'clock. I was out on my balcony with my feet over the railing, on my laptop, when all of a sudden I heard from down below on the ground someone yelling something. They were yelling, "Yo," and "Hey you." At first I didn't move, taking the assumption that whoever it was talking to someone else. They couldn't possibly be calling up to me.
Okay.
But they followed with, "Hey you up there." And my heart skipped a beat, because now I knew they were talking to me.
Yeah, your heart skipped a beat. Someone just called you. Like, no action has actually happened yet, but let me not be too judgmental. It's fine. Maybe I'm just looking into it too much. Maybe you will get started with like some random stranger started calling you when you're chilling.
My main question was, why? I set my laptop down on the chair and looked over the railing down to the ground below. There was a guy in front of a car in the parking lot, looking up at me, and he said, "Yeah, you." I asked, "What's up?" He told me to come down there so he could show me something cool.
Fuck no. The fuck? I don't know you. Why would I do that? And if he does this, he's an idiot.
I took a better look at this guy. Some guy with a backwards hat and tank top on. I assumed he was just some punky kid messing with me, so I ignored him and sat back down. When I did that, I heard him laughing as he said, "I'm gonna come up there and skin you alive, you prick."
Okay, and this is where you go inside. I'm guessing this is in America. You lot got your guns, okay? So I'm guessing you go inside, grab the shotgun, and come back out, and done. Deal with the problem. He said he was gonna skin you alive. You might as well. Yeah.
I stood up again and looked at him. He had this unsettling and sinister smile on his face. I realized he looked older than I initially thought. He wasn't some kid. I literally opened my mouth to shout something back at him, but for some reason, I didn't bother. I grabbed my laptop and went inside and shut the sliding door. I expected him to yell up a couple things afterwards, but I didn't hear him do so. As uncomfortable as that made me, I felt much safer being inside. I chalked it up to just the occasional coked-up Florida lunatic on the streets.
Oh, you live in Florida.
Things became next level when the silence of the room was broken by pounding on my condo door, accompanied with a voice yelling obscenities and threats at me. It was the guy again. The bangs were so loud.
See, what I don't get is he's chilling. Who is this man just suddenly let me just fuck with this guy real quick. I don't get it.
I was genuinely concerned he was going to break the door down. All I could do was yell, "I'm calling the police." That didn't faze him. His bangs turned to these carving and stabbing noises. It probably all lasted for about a minute or two, but felt like a century, until he gave one more loud angry bang, screamed one more obscenity at me, then left. I knew because I checked through the peephole. I called the police after the ordeal just to show them and report it to them. On the other side of the door, there were several stab marks in it, confirming I did hear him stabbing at it, and confirming this man had a knife.
Okay, so he was there to
nobody
kill
was
you.
harmed that night.
I don't know what he did.
I doubt he knew me. I
He
think he was just a really drugged out crazy person looking to hurt someone.
Now, I've been hearing about this backroom stuff, and I've been seeing a couple videos. So I'm gonna see something for myself. Golly. Okay. Now we're in the deep end. This is where shit starts to get a little with me. it's like sounds really mess me up. Sounds really mess me up because I be listening to my shit on full volume and I get so immersed. And when I hear a sound from the video that sounds so mad, you know, so fucking, you know, it ain't right, then I'm thinking it's coming from within my house. That shit scares the fuck out of me, but we're gonna watch it. And, you know, we're here for some real horror, so let's check it out. And let me stop stalling now.
Welcome to the Project KV-31 Research and Development Team.
Okay.
In this short, informative video, you will be briefed on the required protocol in regard to Project KV-31, as well as receive an overview of future development plans.
Okay.
What is Project KV-31?
What is it?
Project KV-31 pertains to the study and development of the async low-proximity magnetic distortion system.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck that means, but cool. I don't know what I'm looking
For the
at.
sake of convenience, you may hear your peers refer to the project under any of the following titles: The Machine, The Door, The Back Rooms, The Complex,
Okay.
Hallways.
Okay.
Unauthorized usage of these terms outside of the async research facility is strictly prohibited. The threshold without guided...
Cool. So we got demons in this video. I'm gonna have to go and pray and watch some, you know, puppy videos after this, because this is going amazing. This is going great. This is exactly what I wanted to see right now. Why am I doing this to myself? The thing is, after this, I have to go and edit this and then rewatch this again. I do not want to see this twice.
Supervision. Never enter the complex alone.
Yeah, I wouldn't
All
even be.
expeditions
I
are
ain't
to be
going with
comprised
anyone.
of no fewer than 3 individuals.
Okay, and then what happens if the 2 die? And then I'm left alone. Okay, here we are. We're in the backrooms now. First off, you can never catch me in a place like this. Why would anyone want to be in a place like this? I get you lot want to research and whatever. What's the point? What's the point? It's not disturbing you, so don't disturb it. And when I say it, I'm talking about this whole fucking area. This shit shouldn't be, you know, shouldn't be exploring this shit. You don't know how the fuck to get from point A to point B. All you're gonna get is death. So, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, but that was 2 weeks ago. You're not going to be doing anything about it now.
Niggas ain't even speaking English.
I mean, do you really think that that's actually a best thing in this situation? I mean, there's too many variables. It's probably to reset the whole circuit. It's doable. So you know how it is. You're going to want to have everything tomorrow and then have it immediately. So I'm going north.
It's just endless holes and walls and disturbing looking lights and shit. And I hate corners like that. I hate that shit.
Guys, do you hear this?
So you can hear a class or something. Why?
Hey guys, do you hear this? Hey!
And this is why I said I wouldn't enter a place like this. You gave the little warning of don't go in alone, go with at least 3 people. Look what happened to the other 2 or 3 that I just saw. Now you're fucked.
Guys.
Now you're fucked.
Guys? George?
Don't do those quick
Open!
turns. I hate those quick turns. You know what you're doing when you're doing those quick turns. Who is this? Who made this video? Let me just Kane Pixel. You know what you're doing when you're doing those quick turns. Wait, let me just throw a little quick like. But yeah, you know what you're doing when you're doing those quick turns. I hate that shit. That shit gets me paranoid. Do not go through that door, Cole.
It's this way.
Oh, you're fucked, bro. Stop looking down there. If you see me with my hands up, it's just because, you know, it's an instinct. I just have to. It makes me feel better. It's on the floor. Stop breathing like that. It's just, you sound like a demon right now. Okay, fuck you. Fuck you. You're taking the piss. Hell no. If you think it's fine to go down there, you're mental. He must see it. Yeah. Actually, let me know. Let me say it. Let me not say it. Let me not say it. Let me not say it. Bro, you can't even see through that. It's just black, bro. It's just darkness, and you want to walk towards it. Alright, something's gonna jump. Something's gonna jump eventually, and I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. I am waiting for it. What the fuck is this? Pick it up. 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 If you don't pick it up, if you do not pick it up, you idiot. Why would you not pick it up? You don't know what's in here. It seems like you're going to die in here. Pick up the only weapon that you just saw. This is aggravating me. This is aggravating me. And we're near the end of the video, and I know I keep stalling, but I know a jump scare is going to come in any moment now. Clearly this guy is an idiot and wants to die because he's not doing anything to try and counteract that right now. So clearly something's gonna happen. See, now I'm hearing demons. I'm hearing demons now, cause that wasn't from him. Okay, he's back in the halls now. That was not there a second ago.
Please.
Do you guys really think that's an exit? We'll find out. Do not go inside there. Hey, okay, I give up.
Hello?
Yo, we're done. We're done. Okay. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. Sorry, why is this going off for so long? Why is this going off for so long? Oh, cool. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done.